Lambo Lala. I am a lifestyle, a beauty, and storytime content creator. Therefore, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, I would kindly appreciate it if you'd subscribe on my YouTube channel, share these videos, don't forget to like them, and interact in those comment sections. And definitely hit that notification bell for more inserts or more story times from me. Now that that's all out of the way, I have a story time here. This one is about can I laugh and just get it out of the way? I just want to laugh and just get it out of the way so that I don't laugh within the story. Okay. I was around 8, if not 9, maybe even 10. I'm uncertain of the age, but right about there. Well, now anyone who knows me will tell you that at home we used to have a shop, a spaza shop, within the same vicinity as our home. What currently is our garage was where the spaza shop was. Now, I'm in the spaza shop at the time. I think I'm left alone in the entire house. So I was minding the shop that day. And I don't know what I was going to do in the house. So I walk out of the shop, approaching my home door, and then just on the stoop or on the veranda, whatever you want to call it, I come across a black cat. It's in the middle of the day, by the way. I come across a black cat. Now, let me tell you one thing about me. I'm afraid of anything that isn't a human being. Whether you're an insect, whether you're an animal, whether you're a birdie. Like, I'm terrified of creepy crawlies and everything that is not human-like or human, if I may put it as such. So now I come across this black cat and immediately I pause. No, honey, because it wasn't budging. That's the thing. As I'm approaching, it's not budging. It's just staring at me. At some point, I'm just like, "Hi, Futak." A black child's defense mechanism or defense weapon. Did that cat not turn around and be like, girl, hey guys, yo, I was petrified. I went from being terrified to petrified. Literally me standing in one place and being in my shocked state. And whilst I was shocked, it just randomly walked away. Like nothing just happened. I looked around and there was no one to see that sight. I don't remember what I did after, but I remember it ringing so much in my head that later on that day or that night, I recall telling my mother about that encounter with a cat, if I may call it an encounter. And does my mother not laugh at me? Does she not laugh at me and be like, no such thing happened? That woman never took me seriously, guys. I think that woman still doesn't take me seriously. She laughed at me so hard that, one, I doubted my story, even though I knew it had happened. 2, I never told it to anyone else due to how much she laughed at me. I was just like, yeah, I ain't gonna traumatize myself like that with anybody else, because clearly if she could laugh at me like that and she's the one person that I thought would actually believe me or believe what I have told her about this thing, other people are going to be worse. I mean, they're even going to call me a liar. So I was just like, yeah. So I put it at the back of my head during the years. But for some particular reason, I cannot forget that encounter because Till today, the memory is still so clear. Not vivid. It is still so clear. It still feels like it happened just yesterday. Even when telling the story right now, I still feel the way that I felt when that happened. It just goes to show that it happened. It was not in my head. But nonetheless, I went through the years, grew up and everything, up until this one time. I don't remember what it was that the post was about. I don't recall. But it had to be something around the lines of an encounter with a black cat or something around those lines. But it was a status that I saw on Facebook, which I reposted and wrote my own caption of basically narrating this very short story. Put a caption on top, retell the story just like I did. And a relative of mine, he used to live, I don't know whether he still lives close by, but home for him is quite close by to where I live. And does he not comment and specifically says that it seems like there was something up with black cats around that time, because even in my youth, a similar thing actually happened to him, whereby he basically told the cat off by saying footek, obviously. And the cat also responded by saying something to him. It said either footek back or something, but something around those lines, if I remember well. It was a status from a couple of years, I think 2-3 years back, when I decided to retell that story, and he said that. And it got me to thinking that, coming back to how I was laughed at when I told that story at that age, I think probably my mother thought I had an overactive imagination. I don't know. But anyway, this actually got me to thinking as to, now that we are older and we get to understand spiritual things and laws and it got me to thinking as to how on various occasions I have heard or stories have been told, as former witches and things have said on YouTube or other videos on other platforms, social media platforms, that they're literally, as demons or as witches, they're able to manifest themselves into creatures, as in animals and things. And when you come across an animal, until you're coming across a witch or a demon at that. And I feel like even the cats at the time, or those cats, if it was one cat, I'm not sure if it was a particular cat just visiting all these homes and finding kids there and just terrifying the hell out of them. But I feel like it was so comfortable speaking back, because for some reason they knew that even if they would tell their parents, they are going to be laughed at. They are never going to be believed. So it's always going to seem like there was something wrong with them, or at the time they had overactive imaginations. But it happened, guys. It happened. And I thank myself for retelling the story the second time around on Facebook. You know, when you get someone who says something similar happened to me, it kind of secures you somehow and lets you know that, girl, you weren't imagining things. Things went in your head. You weren't imagining what was going on. It definitely happened. That is why I say the memory is still so fresh in my head that if it wasn't for that relative of mine actually saying that, it happened to me too, girl. It happened to me. I would have somewhat, as fresh as the memory is, I would have somewhat convinced myself as well, just like the adults tried to convince me that it didn't happen. I would have also convinced myself that it did not happen. of which it did happen. This is basically a spiritual lesson, if I may say. It's also a lesson to us as adults that if your child comes to you and they say something similar to them happened, take them seriously. Take them to heart. Take them to mind. Consider what they were saying. Pray for them, most importantly. Most importantly, pray for them. Pray upon them. Pray for their lives. Because what these things starts with an animal speaking back. Now the devil has found a footstool within the child. One, it has instilled fear. Two, it knows now that it can communicate to the child. In the future, you're having an adult who is fully blown possessed, whereas they had told you something in their youth or in their toddler ages, or maybe even in their teenage years, and no one believed them, and it should have been something that should have been tackled with prayer, and you didn't take it seriously as a parent at the time. And now you get these adults who are possessed. And now when you have a possessed child, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to say, whereby you should have tackled that thing. Hence me saying, these things start little by little. So kindly, parents, it's a lesson. It's a lesson to us that not even about spiritual things, even with the littlest of things. If your child cannot trust you with information, that is very vital to them. How can they trust you with things like informing you when either they are being touched inappropriately? Because in their head, it's like she'll probably say I'm lying, or he'll say I'm lying, or I won't be taken seriously, basically, because I'm a child. And that notion, children have overactive imaginations. Maybe they do, or children can lie. We have to get that out of our heads. Guys, there is no 9-year-old, 8-year-old who would lie about something serious. If something would happen to my child which is similar, I know I'd believe them because something similar happened to me. Thank you very much for joining me for the story time. I hope this was semi-educational. I hope you guys took something from it. Even though some might still laugh. There are probably those who are gonna laugh. There are probably those who are going to laugh. But laugh as you may, just know it's true. Salang, Kenneth. Salang, a cat asked me. Laugh, my dear. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me for the story time. I'm hoping to see you on my next vlog. Friendly reminder, please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Share the video. Like it. Don't forget to comment for interaction purposes. I need it. I need interaction in the comment sections. And if you don't know what to say in those comment sections, just put a white heart. Just show me that you're listening. Just show me that you have heard, that you are aware of me. I need the algorithm to algorithm, guys. I need it to do what it needs to do in order for me to get the multiple of subscriptions that I need. And don't forget to hit that notification bell for more story times or more vlogs from me. Otherwise, from me to you,